Hey stars, it's Kaylee. For a while, I've been wanting to customize a doll beyond just doing a face up. I have a doll, Claudie, that I have not really connected with, and I think that that's partially because I didn't get to pick her out in store. I see other people's pictures of their Claudie dolls and think she's absolutely stunning. And in fact, in 2022, before I started collecting again, I stopped in the American Girl store, saw Claudie for the first time, thought she was absolutely precious, and almost bought her right then and there just because of how cute she was. So I think the fact that I didn't get to pick mine out in person kind of diminished that bond that we have. So I decided I wanted to customize her. I really think it's important to have different types of hairstyles and hair textures in my collection. So when I saw someone's custom Claudie doll on Instagram, I decided that was what I was going to do. That doll had dreadlocks, and so I decided to get a dreadlocks wig from Zazu Dolls. And then it would be time to customize my doll, Olive. I wanted to make sure my space was all ready, so I put down this pink towel so that I could see everything better because my countertops are black. First, I needed to pull her hair back, and her limbs are pretty loose, so I'm going to be taking care of that too while I have her head off. Pulling her hair back and up is going to be really important to help keep the wig maintained and keep it together so that it's not in my way. I followed some tutorials from YouTube, but most notably my friend Evelyn at Evelyn Rose AG, her tutorial. So I started out getting this measuring cup and put a towel in it for padding. This is where I'm going to place the doll's head so that it'll stay upright. But first things first, we need to get her head off. This is my first doll with a zip tie that I've been doing any customization with. I saw Christy from AG Takes Over use a weeding tool, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I pulled the seams out with the weeding tool so I could snip them, making sure that I was careful not to cut the doll herself or anything like that. Then I'd use the weeding tool to pull the zip tie forward so I could cut it. But it actually broke. I don't know if this is normal or if this has happened to anybody else, but this was really disappointing and frustrating. I ended up having to speed this part up because when it broke, the zip tie got caught inside and I ended up having just to poke it out. And I didn't like that because it put some holes in the doll unnecessarily, but unfortunately that was the only way to get the zip tie out. So here it is, broken. Okay, putting the doll's head upright in the measuring cup with the extra towel here so I can cover up her face. And then I had my husband help me pour in the boiling hot water. Don't fill it up all of the way, but then you're going to place a towel over the top to keep the steam in and set a timer for 3 minutes. This is really going to help to soften up the doll's head to help, hopefully, loosen the glue from the wig cap. Of course, make sure to dump out the water before you do anything else. Now you can see her head's a little squishy. I started out by putting her back in here and getting my non-acetone nail polish remover. I put a little bit in the lid, and then I kind of went to town here with a Q-tip around the whole hairline to try and hopefully loosen up this glue. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I don't know if nail polish remover can go bad or if I was just unlucky or something, but this did not work out the way I was hoping that it would. I started out by going all around the whole thing so that I could maybe give it some time to work before I started to go at it. I really struggled with this whole process. I started out by trying to dig the spoon into the scalp line, and I ended up needing my husband's help because I just was struggling so hard. It would not come loose. Like I said before, I don't know if I did something wrong or if I was unlucky, but this was way harder than it needed to be. I have dexterity issues already, so I figured I was going to need my husband's help just because I don't have a lot of strength or coordination. But it went okay in the end, but not well during the process. So I really needed his help. This took forever, and I don't think it's supposed to take this long normally. So I wanted to be honest and transparent and I did leave a lot of the time frame in here, but I did cut some of it out because I just didn't think anybody would want to stay here that long. This is not really a tutorial. If you want a tutorial, go watch Evelyn's or Christy's videos. I'll link them in the description. But I just wanted to share the process, and I thought that I would be transparent. There were some spots on the wig line that I did have success with, but overall I kept going back in with the non-acetone nail polish remover, trying to free this wig from this doll. I used a metal spoon, as you can see, to try and wedge underneath here. And anytime there was a spot where I really couldn't get it and he couldn't get it, we'd go to a different spot. Instead of just working in a linear pattern, we had to do this to kind of just save some strength and sanity. As you can see, there was lots of times where we ended up missing. He was really afraid to damage the doll, as was I, of course. But we made do. There are some spots where the hair sticks to the hairline, so you do have to snip them. So definitely keep scissors on hand just in case. And this is okay that some of them stick to that because some of the hair is glued to the doll's vinyl rather than like just being part of the wig. There were some spots where we were able to get in with our fingers and actually just pull through. And then were others where the hair itself was stuck or the wig cap was stuck. Like I said, I don't know if we just were unlucky, but man, this was really, really hard. There were some spots where I was getting impatient and just snipping when I probably should have tried to do it more. But as you can see, I kept going back with the non-acetone nail polish remover. This isn't, like I said, a tutorial, but I did want to be honest and show my experience. So I'm sorry that some of the angles are not the best. But I figured some of you might want to join me in my journey of customizing my doll. This spot right here, we really, really struggled with and ended up making the decision we had to cut it. Unfortunately, that meant cutting the wig cap just a little bit. It's fine, but I was disappointed by that. The wig cap itself came off from the scalp pretty easily. It probably would have come off more easily if not as much time had passed since we had originally put in the hot water. But I did go through with some of the nail polish remover just to kind of loosen it up a little bit. But overall, this part was way easier than the rest of the doll itself. So if a wig normally was this easy, I think it would be fine. So there it is. The wig is fully off and it can be used again. But unfortunately, there's that little patch there that had to be cut. But overall, the wig is intact, so I think that's okay for my first try. She is a gorgeous base. Okay, time to take out all the stuffing because, like I said, I wanted to tighten up her limbs while I was in there already. So first I'm grabbing my hair ties, and you're going to pull the limb string from the limb cup out and then wrap the hair tie about this. I have a few other videos here on YouTube of me doing this same process, so if you want to check those out, I will link the playlist of those restorations at the end of this video. Time to put the stuffing back in. I used the wooden end of this large wooden spatula here to shove the stuffing in the spots where I can't reach with my hand to really help make her maintain her shape. This is the slimmest doll I've ever done this for, so it kind of was a little different, but I still think it turned out fine. I am by no means a professional. Then I had to put her neck strings back in. And unfortunately, I cut a lot of this out because it was just really, really hard. I ended up turning off the camera. Basically, the neck string I had picked was too thick. So once I get a thinner neck string, I'm going to redo this part. But I ended up taping a bobby pin to one end of the string so that I could get it through and actually pull it through. I really, really had a hard time with this, but I wasn't going to leave her headless while I tried to find the correct string. My husband held her head on tight so that I could get the string really tight to pull her neck strings together. Then I needed to cut them down to size because they were super long. Like I said, they're really thick, so I'll replace them as soon as I can find the right string. If anybody knows somewhere in person I can pick this out, please let me know. The best part though is definitely going to be this wig, of course. So this is how the Zazu wigs come. I don't think this one is available for purchase right now, but it is a long black dreadlock wig. It comes with a hairnet and then this rolled up piece of like tissue paper to help maintain its shape. So once I take off the hairnet, then you're going to flip the wig cap kind of inside out so that you can secure it down flat and be able to pull it over. I'm not going to be gluing this wig down because I want the option to be able to change her wig out if I want something different, as well as I'm just concerned about trying to glue down a wig and screwing that up. You have to tug in a few different places to help get it in the right space, but it does stay snug. Like it's not going to fly off. She's already starting to look like such a different doll, and she's so cute. I plan on doing some more custom things to her, like maybe giving her earrings or freckles, but that's something we'll do later down the line. Overall, I wanted to share this journey with you and show off her gorgeous new wig. She is absolutely precious, absolutely stunning. I cannot get over how different she looks, but how amazing at the same time. Thanks for watching. Bye.